1. Time is slipping through your fingers, and you can almost feel it, the quiet ticking that never stops, the invisible countdown that reminds you how every minute either pulls you closer to your destiny or drags you further from it. Elon Musk has lived by that ticking clock for as long as anyone can remember. For him, time isn't something that passes, it's something that burns. Every second is an opportunity, and every delay is a debt that will one day come due. That's why when he says there are 120 minutes left, it isn't just a warning, it's a challenge. It's a call to wake up from the sleep of comfort and move into the storm of purpose. The alert is not about fear, it's about awakening. Elon has never been one to whisper. He acts when others hesitate, moves when others talk, and builds when others doubt. His message carries the same pulse: if you wait until the perfect moment, it will never come. There is no perfect moment. There is only now, only this narrow window where ideas turn to action and dreams turn to reality. You have 120 minutes, not because the world is ending, but because every great transformation begins with a moment of decision that cannot wait. Imagine him standing at the edge of a launch pad, staring at the sky that once seemed unreachable. Rockets behind him, failure before him, and still, he presses forward. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't slow down. Why? Because he understands that comfort is the silent killer of vision. While others chase safety, he chases impact. The alert is his way of shaking you, of reminding you that potential without action is wasted brilliance. 2 hours, that's all you need to change your life if you stop letting fear make your choices. Elon's story was never about luck. It was about movement. When he faced bankruptcy, he didn't stop. When people laughed at the idea of electric cars or reusable rockets, he didn't stop. He treated every insult as fuel, every obstacle as data. He doesn't see problems, he sees equations. Every failure is just a formula waiting to be solved. That's what this alert is about, learning to move forward before the world believes in you. The truth is, your window of opportunity never stays open forever. The universe rewards the relentless, the ones who act while others analyze. You don't need all the answers, you need momentum. Elon's message is clear: waiting is the slowest form of death. When you hesitate, you're not staying safe, you're surrendering your chance. Those 120 minutes are a mirror. What will you do with them? Waste them on doubt, or use them to build the foundation of the future you crave? The clock is still ticking. Each minute is another reminder that no one else is coming to save you. Elon didn't wait for someone to hand him a blueprint for success, he wrote his own through risk, sleepless nights, and brutal perseverance. He believed that greatness doesn't belong to the chosen few, it belongs to those who choose themselves. The ones who dare to build when logic says stop. You might not be building rockets or revolutionizing transportation, but you have your own mission, your own Mars to reach. It might be a dream you've buried under excuses or a goal you've delayed because it felt too far away. Elon's alert is the ignition spark to bring that dream back to life. He's not asking for perfection, he's demanding movement. Because the longer you wait, the colder the dream becomes. You don't need 120 days, 120 weeks, or 120 chances. You have 120 minutes, enough time to decide who you are and what you'll do next. This isn't about him. It's about you. He's just the messenger, the living example of what happens when a human being refuses to obey the limits placed upon them. His entire life screams one message: stop talking, start building. Stop doubting, start doing. Every revolution starts with one unreasonable person who decides that impossible is just another word for untested. The alert can't wait because the world can't wait for your best version any longer. The future is being written by those who act fast, who stay awake when others are scrolling, who choose focus over distraction and purpose over comfort. The next 120 minutes could be the moment you stop consuming and start creating. 2. The seconds keep slipping away, almost mocking you with their steady rhythm. Every tick is a whisper from the universe. What are you waiting for? That whisper grows louder, sharper, until it becomes impossible to ignore. Elon Musk didn't create his empire by waiting for permission or clarity. He moved through chaos, uncertainty, and exhaustion. His message, this alert, isn't a metaphor. It's a reflection of how urgency forges greatness. When the countdown starts, most people freeze. He doesn't. He accelerates. That's the difference between the dreamers and the doers. Everyone wants to change the world until it requires changing themselves first. Everyone wants success until it demands sleepless nights, public failure, and relentless pursuit. Elon knows what that feels like: the cold edge of risk, the weight of doubt from millions of voices telling you to quit. And yet, he doesn't hear them. He only hears the ticking clock, the reminder that progress doesn't pause for fear. The truth is, you've had enough time. You've had enough waiting, enough planning, enough excuses disguised as preparation. Elon's alert cuts through the noise. 2 hours. No more. If you can focus for 120 minutes, truly focus, you can rewrite your path. You can build what others said you couldn't. You can move closer to the version of yourself that's been buried under hesitation. Every great moment in human history started with someone deciding now is the time. Think about it. The world doesn't slow down for anyone. Technology evolves, ideas fade, and opportunities vanish in silence. Elon's life is proof that those who move fast, those who dare to take the first imperfect step, shape the future. He didn't wait for approval, he built his own validation through results. That's what this alert is about: stepping out of the shadows of potential and into the light of execution. In those 120 minutes, something extraordinary can happen. You could start that business you've been overthinking. You could send that email that opens a door. You could learn one new skill that changes your entire career. You could start the first chapter, make the first call. Take the first breath of courage. The difference between average and extraordinary is measured in decisions. Not days, not years, but moments. Elon once said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." That's the heart of this alert. It's not about waiting for certainty, it's about betting on your conviction. You don't need the whole staircase. You just need to take the next step with everything you've got. That's how rockets launch, how revolutions begin, how legends rise. You have to understand, urgency is not panic. It's purpose with speed. It's the refusal to let your dreams age in silence. The countdown is not there to scare you, it's there to remind you that energy fades when not used. Elon's entire life is a blueprint for velocity. While others debate, he builds. While others wonder, he tests. While others plan, he launches. That's not genius, that's discipline, multiplied by urgency. Imagine him watching the clock before a rocket launch. Every system checked, every risk calculated. And still, he knows, there's no such thing as a perfect launch. There's only the moment where you decide to push the button. That's what this alert symbolizes. Your launch window is open. It won't stay that way forever. Maybe your rocket isn't made of metal, maybe it's made of dreams, ideas, and belief. But just like SpaceX rockets, it needs ignition. It needs thrust. It needs you to stop staring at the stars and start reaching for them. Elon didn't wait to become fearless, he acted despite the fear. Because he knew that fear and growth live in the same room. You just have to walk in, you have 120 minutes. What can you do in 2 hours that moves you forward? What can you create, decide, or change that breaks the loop of procrastination? Every breakthrough starts with a single burst of energy, one burst of action. 2 hours might not sound like much, but it's everything if you treat it like the start of forever. Elon's alert is not just a warning, it's permission. Permission to stop pretending you're not ready. To stop waiting for the world to understand you. To stop underestimating your own potential. The window is open now. You can either act or be left wondering what could have happened if you had. The future is built by those who hear the ticking clock and move faster, think bolder, and risk deeper. 2 hours. That's the gap between ordinary and extraordinary. Between someday and right now. Between potential and progress, so take a breath. Feel that pulse in your chest, that's your countdown. The same energy that built rockets, cities, and revolutions is inside you too. You don't need to be Elon Musk. You just need to think like him, relentlessly, urgently, fearlessly. 3. The alert still echoes, and by now, it's no longer just Elon's voice, it's the pulse of your own ambition waking up after too long a sleep. You can feel the urgency rising inside you like electricity, buzzing through every cell, whispering that you've wasted enough time waiting for a sign. This is it. The sign is here. The countdown isn't a threat, it's an invitation. For Elon, the idea of time is sacred. He doesn't treat it like something to fill, he treats it like something to shape. Every second is a seed, and he plants it with intention. While most people think in terms of weeks or months, he thinks in minutes. That's why 120 minutes is more than enough to change direction. To ignite momentum, to begin again. He knows that in a world that moves this fast, delay is defeat. You see, success is never about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing something now. The people who achieve extraordinary things are not those who have the best ideas, they're the ones who refuse to let hesitation kill their ideas before they're born. That's what separates Elon Musk from the millions of voices that stay silent while their dreams rot away in the corners of their minds. He acts. He fails. He learns. Then he acts again. That's the rhythm of greatness, motion, not perfection. That's the energy behind this alert. It's the sound of a life lived without breaks. Of someone who believes the world bends toward those who dare to push it. He doesn't wait for motivation. He creates it. He doesn't look for opportunity. He builds it. And the reason he can do it is because he treats time like fuel. You can't store it. You can only burn it towards something that matters. 2 hours. That's all. That's what you have right now. And inside those 2 hours lies a choice, one that will define the direction of your future. You can scroll, drift, overthink, and let the clock drain away, or you can grab the reins of your time and start something real. Send the message. Take the leap. Start the draft. Begin the workout. Make the plan. The point isn't to finish. The point is to begin. The countdown has power because it forces focus. Elon built companies not because he had endless time but because he didn't. He built under pressure, under criticism, under doubt. He understood that constraints don't destroy creativity, they sharpen it. Pressure can either break you or forge you, and he chose to be forged. That's what you're being called to do now. To let the urgency turn you into something unbreakable. It's easy to admire people like him and think they're built differently, that they're made of some rare, unstoppable substance. But that's not true. What separates them is commitment. Elon didn't start with confidence, he built it by surviving every failure that tried to crush him. The rockets exploded. The banks turned their backs. The headlines mocked him. But he never stopped. Because stopping was the only real failure. That's the message inside this alert, that the clock is your ally, not your enemy. It's not counting down to your end. It's counting down to your beginning. 2 hours of radical focus, raw effort, and fearless movement can start a ripple that changes everything. The world won't hand you permission slips for greatness. You have to issue your own. Think about what could happen if, for the next 120 minutes, you treated your time as sacred as Elon treats his mission to Mars. No distractions. No excuses. Just effort, relentless, intentional. Alive. The truth is, most people will never do it. They'll read the message, feel inspired for a second, and go back to the comfort of routine. But not you. Not if you've read this far. Because somewhere inside you, you already know that you were built for more than comfort. You were built for impact. The alert can't wait because life doesn't pause for indecision. Every moment you delay, your future self loses something irreplaceable. You lose momentum. You lose belief. You lose time, the one thing even Elon Musk can't manufacture. He can build rockets, cars, tunnels, and AI, but he can't build more minutes. Neither can you, so don't waste them. This isn't a rehearsal. This is it, the only life you get. The only shot you'll ever have at turning that vision in your head into something you can touch, live, and share with the world. Elon's alert is a mirror, reflecting back your own potential, asking, what will you do with your 120 minutes? The world doesn't need more dreamers. It needs doers, builders, thinkers, leaders who act fast and adapt faster. You don't have to move mountains today. You just have to take one step, the kind of step that sets off a chain reaction of progress. Action breeds clarity. Motion breeds motivation. The clock is ticking, and every tick is asking you one question. Are you moving or waiting? The alert isn't about panic, it's about power. Because when you realize that your time is limited, everything becomes sharper. Every second matters. Every distraction looks smaller. Every excuse loses its grip. That's when you become unstoppable, when you start treating minutes like diamonds instead of sand. Elon doesn't wait for someday. He builds today. You can too. 4. The seconds keep ticking, steady and unbothered, like a metronome for destiny. They don't care if you act or if you don't, they'll keep moving either way. That's what makes Elon Musk's alert so raw, so piercing. It's not a warning about time running out, it's a reminder that you are. Every minute that passes without action isn't neutral, it's loss. You can feel that truth settle somewhere deep inside, that realization that waiting isn't rest, it's decay. Elon understood that long before the world called him a genius. He lived it when he was sleeping on the floor of his office, when his rockets failed again and again, when his company stood on the edge of collapse. He had the same 24 hours as everyone else, the same fatigue, the same fears, but he refused to treat his minutes like they were cheap. That's what changed everything. That's what this alert is trying to burn into your soul. It's not about money, or fame, or even success. It's about the relationship you have with time. Elon doesn't see time as something to spend. He sees it as something to invest. Every second is either building your future or stealing it. And the cruel thing about life is that the theft is silent. You don't feel the loss until years later when you look back and realize how much you traded away for nothing that mattered. That's why the alert can't wait. That's why the countdown matters. You have 120 minutes. 2 hours that could change the trajectory of your story if you treat them like sacred ground. Elon treats time like oxygen, precious, limited, vital. And that's what makes his message hit so hard. He's not saying move fast because it sounds motivational. He's saying it because he knows from experience that momentum is the only real advantage in this world. The one who moves first, wins. The one who acts now, learns faster, adapts sooner, and evolves quicker than the rest, and yet, so many people waste years waiting for conditions to be perfect. They want confidence before they act. They want proof before they believe. But life doesn't work like that, and neither does progress. Elon acts first and refines later. That's how innovation happens. That's how dreams get built. He doesn't wait for certainty because he knows certainty is a luxury you earn only after you've risked everything. The alert isn't about panic, it's about awakening. It's a jolt to the part of your mind that's been lulled to sleep by comfort. Because comfort feels safe, but it's a trap disguised as peace. It keeps you from growing, from trying, from failing, and failing is the only path to mastery. Elon didn't build rockets by avoiding failure, he built them by making failure his teacher. Every explosion was data. Every setback was a blueprint. Every loss was a lesson he couldn't learn any other way. So what's your version of that rocket? What's the thing you've been too afraid to launch because you're scared it might not fly? Elon would tell you, launch it anyway. Fail fast, fail forward, fail better. Because while everyone else is still drawing blueprints, you'll already be collecting real results. That's the mindset of speed. That's the soul of this alert, the relentless refusal to be paralyzed by fear. The world rewards the ones who move while others hesitate. You don't have to be the smartest, the richest, or the most experienced. You just have to start. The future doesn't belong to those who know the most, it belongs to those who do the most. And in 2 hours, you can do more than you think possible if you stop underestimating what focus can create. Elon's life is a living testament to that principle. He built PayPal with borrowed code and sleepless nights. He launched rockets that the experts said would never work. He built electric cars that the world mocked until they couldn't anymore. And through it all, he never waited for the world to understand him. He just kept building until they had no choice but to. That's what this alert is asking of you, to act with that same fire, that same defiance, that same hunger. The difference between you and the person you dream of becoming is not talent. It's timing. And your time is now. Close your eyes for a second. Picture where you want to be a year from now. See the details, the place, the feeling, the freedom. Now realize this: that version of you is built from what you do in moments like this. Every bold move, every risk, every ounce of effort compounds into something unshakable. That's how legacies are built, minute by minute, choice by choice. The 120-minute countdown is not a metaphor, it's a contract. Between your present self and your future self. Between what you are and what you could be. And the only way to sign it is with action. The kind that feels uncomfortable. The kind that forces you to grow. The kind that changes you, so stop waiting for the right time. There is no right time, there is only right now. Elon's alert is proof that urgency is not your enemy. It's your advantage. The pressure you feel is not something to escape, it's the very thing that will forge you. The discomfort you feel is not resistance, it's growth. You have 120 minutes. Make them matter.